Over 40 companies are racing to build humanoid robots. Dozens more provide the technology stack underneath them, from foundation models to actuators to batteries. The space is massively fragmented. China has more than half the robot makers. The US has Tesla, Figure AI, Agility Robotics, and a handful of others. Europe has a few players. Most won't survive. Here's who matters and why. The Americans raising billions Figure AI just closed over $1 billion at a $39 billion valuation in September 2025. That makes it one of the most valuable startups in any category. Backers include Microsoft, OpenAI, NVIDIA, Amazon, and Intel Capital. Figure terminated its collaboration agreement with OpenAI in February 2025. CEO Brett Adcock said, OpenAI's intelligence models weren't the right fit for humanoid robotics. Figure is now building fully end-to-end robot AI in-house. The company aims to produce 1,000 robots and plans to show something no one has ever seen on a humanoid within 30 days of the announcement. Figure's O1 and O2 robots work in BMW factories in South Carolina. The company focuses on general-purpose humanoids for manufacturing, logistics, and retail. Earlier funding rounds valued Figure at $6 billion in February 2024, when it raised $675 million. Tesla Optimus isn't raising outside capital, but Elon Musk claims it will become Tesla's best-selling product. The company plans to produce 5,000 Optimus robots in 2025 for internal use at Tesla facilities. Target price? $2,000 to $3,000 once production scales. Commercial sales planned for 2026. Optimus Gen 2 showed improvements in walking speed, 30% faster, weight, 10 kg lighter, and hand dexterity, 11 degrees of freedom with tactile sensing. The third iteration is expected to feature hands with 22 degrees of freedom. Tesla integrates its full self-driving software for environmental perception and decision-making. Critics point out that most Tesla demos happen in curated environments with short runs. Continuous operation, robust error recovery, and adaptation to dynamic spaces haven't been demonstrated publicly. Milan Kovac, head of the Optimus program since 2022, resigned in June 2025. Agility Robotics, Oregon, builds Digit, a bipedal humanoid specifically designed for warehouse automation. Amazon is testing Digit in its facilities. The company also has multi-year deployment agreements with GXO Logistics. Agility raised $150 million led by DCVC with participation from Amazon's Industrial Innovation Fund. Digit has bird-like legs and human-like arms. It walks, climbs stairs, and handles packages. Unlike general-purpose humanoids, Digit focuses on the narrow use case of logistics and last-mile delivery. Other Chinese companies on the list: Adverb, Reliance, Ajibot, Beijing, Embodied Intelligent Robot Innovation Center, Casbot, CATL, CloudMinds, Data A, Codroid, Estun, Deep Robotics, EngineEye, GAC, Galbot, Huawei, Humanoid, Jaka, Kepler, Leju Robot, Limex Dynamics, Menti, Neura, Paxini Technology, Robot Era, Sanctuary AI, Shanghai Embodied Intelligent Innovation Center, TIS Robot, Unitree, Unix AI, Xpeng, Zhejiang Humanoid Robot Innovation Center. Most are privately owned. Many won't survive. The ones that do will likely consolidate or get acquired. The Europeans' Bionex Technologies, Norway, backed by OpenAI, takes a different approach by targeting households rather than industry. The company unveiled Enio in August 2024. Enio Beta stands 1, 6 meters, 504, walks at 4 kilometers at 2, 5 megawatt, and runs up to 7. 5 megawatt, it weighs 30 kg 66 lb, carries up to 20 kg 44 lb, and runs 2 to 4 hours on a single charge. 1X started testing Neo Beta in a small number of homes. The startup says robots could be ready for wider deployment in a few years. Once production scales, 1X plans to price Enio about the same as a modest car. The company raised $100 million in Series B and hired veterans from BMW and Tesla. Neura Robotics, Germany, secured $123 million to advance its cognitive humanoids. The company unveiled the third generation of its humanoid, 4NE1. designed for domestic and professional environments. 4NE1 is powered by NVIDIA GR00T and West and was trained in Isaac Sim and Isaac Lab before real-world deployment. Other European companies on the list are minimal, with most activity concentrated in the US and China. The technology enablers, the Goldman Sachs graphic breaks down the full stack. Foundation models: Tesla, NVIDIA, OpenAI, Alphabet, Meta, iFlyTek, Huawei GPU, CPU, NVIDIA, Intel Actuator Assembly, Sanhua, Tuopu Rotary Actuators, Harmonic Drive, Leader Drive, Sling, Reach Machinery, 4 Intelligent, Zhangde Leader, Shuanghuan, Lifewall, Pika Motion Linear. Actuators: Schaeffler, Sanhua, Beite, XCC, Xinpin, Leader Drive, Best, Hengli Hydraulic, Zhenyu, CSB, Shuanglin Dexterous Hands, Maxon, Moons Electric, Leader Drive, Xiaowei, Fortior, Innovance, RoboSense, Leadshine, Lely, Veichi, Fori Intelligent, Paxina Vision, Camera, LiDAR, etc. DJI, Livox, Intel, Orbeck, RoboSense, Hesai, Sunny Optical, Velodyne, Innoviz, Luminar Sensors, Novanta, ATI Industrial Automation, Vishay Precision, Kunwei, Murata, TDK Batteries, CATL, Samsung SDI, Panasonic. This reveals the supply chain dependencies. NVIDIA provides both foundation models and chips. Chinese component makers dominate actuators and sensors. Japanese companies lead in precision components. The battery technology comes from EV supply chains. The Economics Morgan Stanley forecasts a $3 trillion U.S. market for humanoid robots by 2050. Bank of America projects costs dropping from $35,000 per unit in 2025 to $17,000 by 2030, potentially enabling 1 million sales in that time frame. The artificial intelligence and robotics market will grow from $12 billion in 2025 to $74 billion in 2029 at a 29. 4% CAGR according to the Business Research Company. Gartner projects that at least 15% of work decisions will be made autonomously by agentic AI by 2028, compared to 0% in 2024. That creates the addressable market for humanoid robots in enterprise settings. The investment landscape shows over 1,700 funding rounds supporting 390-plus companies. Average funding per round, $11, $6 million. Top investors contributed $1. $5 billion, with Boston Dynamics investing $400 million. Design lesson: most will fail. The Goldman Sachs map shows 40-plus humanoid robot makers. History suggests maybe 5 will survive as independent companies. The rest will fail, get acquired, or pivot to components. The winners will be the ones that pick a narrow use case and execute relentlessly. Agility Robotics focuses on warehouse logistics. UB Tech targets automotive manufacturing. Figure AI goes after general-purpose industrial work. Tesla leverages its manufacturing and AI capabilities. The losers will be the ones that try to build general-purpose household robots without a clear path to revenue. Consumer robotics is littered with failures. The market isn't ready. The technology isn't ready. The price points don't work. The component makers and technology enablers will do fine. NVIDIA sells chips regardless of which robot maker wins. Actuator suppliers, sensor manufacturers, and battery companies benefit from the entire ecosystem scaling. Watch the deployment numbers, not the funding announcements. Figure has factory pilots with BMW. Agility has multi-year contracts with Amazon and GXO. UB Tech has 500 orders from automakers. Those are real. Everything else is potential. That's where humanoid robotics stands in 2025. Billions in funding, dozens of companies, a handful with real deployments, the rest racing to prove their robots can do something useful before the money runs out. Forward this to someone tracking robotics or enterprise automation.